Everyone, Venzzini back here on the Vanniverse Gaming channel. How's everybody doing? I know it feels like it's been an eternity since I put a video out, and it has been. It's been over a month, but a lot of things have happened in real life. Got a promotion at work, been very, very busy, but also some changes here in the game, as you can tell. Venzzini is no longer a vampire. He's not bald, he's not short, what's going on? Well, I finally got another character up to the max level. So everybody give me a hand. It only took me 2 years. Yep, thank you very much. Thank you. Yep, 2 years. So it's a High Elf Magicka Nightblade. And I went with that because Venzzini did a lot of different Magicka builds that would translate over to a Magicka Nightblade and sometimes even better. So I'm just really having a lot of fun throwing the gear on this character and running around Cyrodiil. Now, I was about to roll in here to the Highland Glory Inn in Daggerfall Covenant's home base area in Cyrodiil and brag about some of my conquests here on the field and in Cyrodiil. But since you guys are here, I'll just tell you. So I went down to Bruma, right? The town of Bruma, and I saved them from Daedra. It was friggin' awesome. There's Daedra everywhere. I just took them out. Went over to Cropsfur to help them do their harvest for the season, do their offerings, and some would-be, attackers that wanted to stop them and take their food. I took care of them. We went over to Valastro. They had an issue with a giant bear that was terrorizing the town. He's no longer going to do that. And they also had a goblin problem. I took care of that pretty swiftly itself. There's also, went over down to Cyrodiil, took a trip down there, and, they no longer have an Imperial problem. Heroes have a lot of work to do, so we helped them out with that. And Cyrodiil, that town's kind of fallen into lava. There's cracks, it's all fallen, but, so they have a fire elemental issue, helped them out with that, and also a Shadow Hand rogue issue, and I helped the Swift rogues out with that. So I've been all over Cyrodiil in these towns and making a difference, and so as you can tell, that's what this video is about. It's about the Cyrodiil towns and how beneficial they are. What a perfect time to make a video like this with the anniversary event going on. Every one of these 5 towns has 9 quests, daily quests. So you're looking at 36 dailies you can do. Now, most of the towns, they're very quick and easy quests. They're very close, and they can be done in a matter of 15-20 minutes. I used to use these towns even years ago to level skills, level skill lines, to level characters, to gain gold, to do all that. And now that they've added AP rewards to those quests and containers with gear, you can make a lot of money along with everything you loot in the houses, because you don't have to be stealth to do so. You can get all sorts of recipes. It's really a beneficial thing to do if you want to make some quick cash and also have the excitement of some PvP in there. We're going to go over that. I load up all your skills on one bar. Every quest you turn in, flip to that bar, and they all level super fast. That's how I got all my skills leveled for even this character that you're looking at right here. So let's just take a look at the map, and we'll go over where these towns are. Okay, up north here, Bruma. We're going to start at the north. It's directly south of Dragon Claw. Most ESO people that have been in Cyrodiil a lot know this. This is more for the newer players and PvEers that don't come into Cyrodiil as much. Then you've got over here on the east side, about southeast, you have Cropsfur, which is more of the EP home keep area. Then the southwest, you have Valastro, and that is more the AD home keep area. Now, those are the 3 capturable towns. They each have 3 flags in them. You capture all 3 flags, and the town is then yours. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later on the clips of the video. But there's 2 other towns that aren't, capturable, that anybody can go in. You're not going to have problems with opposing guards too often. One is over here in the east, more of an EP area, and it's Cyrodiil. And over here on the west, right under Fort Raylis, is Cyrodiil. Okay, so those are the 5 towns, and basically you go to any one of them. Sometimes they're a hike. If you get lucky and your faction owns most of the map, it's a great time to do all the quests because you can easily get to each one of them. If not, it's still worth going to do them. You might have to do some mount running and stuff, but honestly, the rewards right now are really good, especially for somebody that's not a Cyrodiil, type person that wants to do something in Cyrodiil. It's a great way to have some fun, get a little PvP, and we'll talk about that. So just watch a few of these clips. I'll give you some tips. We'll go over each quest giver, and we'll go over kind of the nuances of each town. Okay? So I'll catch you guys at the end of the video and talk about some of my other videos. Hopefully I have more content coming on the way. Have plenty of stuff to do. Just time is of the essence. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Enjoy. Okay, here we are. We're going to start off in Bruma, and we're going to enter the manor house here in Bruma. There's 2 quest givers in every town. All 4 towns. Here is Griggerda. She gives you, I think, 4 quests, just about. I'm not going to go through every quest. They're very, very easy. You guys will get them right away. What's really cool is in every building, there's so many lootables. I've made a lot of money off of furnishings and recipes. So we're going to go over to the second quest giver here in Bruma. And what's great about Bruma is, even if you don't own the town, if your faction doesn't own the town, you can still go around and quest and turn them in without any interference, obviously unless you have PvP. So this is Hyoric, and he gives you 5 quests. All very easy. As you get used to all this, you will come up with really good ways to intersect them and get them very quickly in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. What's great also is in every town, there is a merchant. Obviously, you can't call your own merchant in Cyrodiil, so it comes in really handy to clear out the bags. We're going to go over some of the things you do in these quests. They're very simple, like I was talking about. Here you just click on a stone and you go back and you turn it into Hyoric. And then here, you turn in. Let's talk the rewards, all right? You gained 250 AP, you gained 359 gold, and, well, it is anniversary time, so you're getting an anniversary box with every one. A ton of experience. As you can see, my one ability leveled up there. And then you also are going to get a Bruma container, which is a random. Now, these containers hold certain kind of gear. Bruma is medium gear, the medium PvP gear. That's gotten in Cyrodiil, not just the normal Cyrodiil's Light, Cyrodiil's Ward. No, it's all the different kinds you see for sale. Again, just a quest, right? Just to show you guys kind of how it is. It's super simple questing, and it's super quick. All very close to town. Now, there is one quest in every town that forces you to go to a delve to complete, which is fine because a lot of times as you're going through these towns, you want to collect the Fighters Guild. It's a daily also. It's usually in the tavern at the home base of your faction. And you'll be able to finish them too. So if you look here, and I'm going to pause it here. You guys can pause the video. But I got a Ring of Vengeance Leech. I've sold about 6 of these, 6K each. The rings pop up a lot. Go ahead and pause it here, and I'm going to list all the gear that is from Bruma. And as you can see, if you own the town, you guys can just buy random containers of Bruma gear with 12,000 AP. And this is every town if you own it. Another great thing about when you own the town is the fact that you can also respawn at the town. So it's kind of nice. You pop up right there, so if you die and you're fighting and it's not under attack, or if you die out in the world anywhere and you own that town and you're tired of the zerging and you just want to go do something else, you can pop up right in the town. Another great thing about Bruma and the other towns is on the way to them, what's great about Bruma is the dolmen's right inside the town. Again, another way, every 10 minutes it pops up. You can do it and gain that extra experience. I level skills. What you want to do is get all the skills you want to level on one bar as you're doing this, and then you turn these questions over and over and over. Your skills level up so fast. And if you're not maxed on a certain weapon skill, it really levels them up fast. And I spent a lot of time, you know, even in the beginning of this game in these towns, leveling them before any of the PvP, you know, capturable, before any of the rewards, because it was very beneficial. Of course, you always, because it is a PvP area, gotta understand you are going to get in PvP, and that's part of the fun I love about the towns is, you know, you can avoid it a lot of times, you know, in stealth, just avoid it, turn in your quests, but I'm one that likes the breakup of monotony of questing in this game. That's why I love these towns. So this guy here tried to gank me while I was fighting the boss of the dolmen, and it's just chasing. It's one Nightblade chasing another Nightblade. It's roll dodge, roll dodge, roll dodge, invis, roll dodge. You know, the whole deal. So yeah, he ended up just running out and, you know, got caught. So a lot of fun. And here, and it's just showing you the capturables. All right, there's 3 flags at every town. 2 of them have guards, 1 harder guards than the other, 1 has no guards. If you're solo, like this guy was, you want to take the one with no guards first. Because if you don't, and take the one with guards first, they'll pop up before you finish the other ones. Okay, we've moved on to Valastro, and that's your first quest giver. She's right in the middle there. Now, if you don't own the town, you can turn into her, and you can get quests from her, but you got to be very careful, because if the guards see you, you're not going to get in. Go in the building here. Again, lots of lootables. You'll talk to Nilarian, and he also gives you quests. Now, you can't get in this building, though, here in Valastro if the guards are not your faction. You'll have to kill them first quick to be able to go in that door. And just like Bruma, you know, there's a tavern, and there is a merchant, which is really awesome. So they're all very equal. Both quest givers here in Valastro give you 9 total quests. They send you to a delve, just like right here. And you see how Shadow Path Death there? That's one of the Fighters Guild dailies. So, you know, you get your Fighters Guild dailies, and you go to these towns. You're gonna do that too. It's gonna give you a reward, and right now with the anniversary, it's gonna give you the anniversary reward too, which I'm not sure how long it's lasting. But really good time trying to do this. Now, if your faction has them all, it can make it really quick. And just to show you some of the quests here in Valastro, you know, just kill a named mob. Now, Valastro is the longest, I should say, questing. Because most of the things you got to do are much further from the main town to turn in than Bruma or Cropsfur or Cheydinhal. So you kind of got a lot more to go to do the quests. So here we are, Jarama. We turned in, got a reward. Let's go ahead and check it out. And this town also at one of the flags has a vendor. That, you know, sells the random containers, and they're going to be called Valastro containers. So if you do all 9, you're going to get a lot of gear, and I've made a lot of money selling this gear. I've made a lot of money just from doing the quests right here, Ring of Beckoning Steel. And you can pause it right here, and I'll list all the items you can get here in Valastro. Okay, go ahead and pause it and check out all the gear sets that drop here in Valastro. They are the heavy sets. So Bruma's the medium type sets, Valastro is the heavy PvP sets, and of course then Cropsfur, the other town, is the light PvP sets. As usual, you're going to get into PvP no matter which town you go in, sometimes worse than others. I don't want to lose my flag here because you can't get in the door here in this town to turn in or get new quests from the one quest giver if those guards are there that are opposite faction. So I just decided to utilize my guards. He was trying to take him out, and got in a bad spot there where he couldn't cast. So now I can get in this door. Oh, this guy here, he tried to gank me as I came out from selling my stuff. I remember this guy because I turned the fight around, used my guards to help me out, and then he sent me all these tales of how I am a terrible, I'm trash, and this and that, that I can't fight without the guards, I'm nothing without them, and blah, blah, blah. yet he tried to gank me from inside the door. I don't know. It didn't make sense. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Cropsfur. As you can see, I'm walking through some watered crops there. I'm just going to show you here what Cropsfur's kind of like. It's the hardest one. EP on my PCNA server usually has this on lockdown, so it's one of the harder ones. But I'm going to quickly go over here and turn in a quest, and it's basically, again, just real simple quests. Cropsfur quests are very close to the town. Does the same thing every other town does, in the fact that it gives you one that takes you to a delve. And again, though, Cropsfur, unlike Bruma, more like Valastro, you can't get in the one quest giver with the guards up. So you got to kind of take them out. Okay, we're able to get in the door now and get a quest here from this NPC in the building here.
You smell like burnt corn.
As usual, we can turn one in. You get a Cropsfur container, which has the light PvP gear. And there's also a vendor in this area that you can buy it. You know, random bags of which type of gear you're looking to try and farm. I find it more fun to actually do the quest to get the gear, and you gain AP instead of lose it. Go ahead and pause it right here at this point, and I'll list all the types of gear you can get here at Cropsfur. Just like all the towns, there is a dolmen on the way or near the town. This dolmen here is between Sejanus and Cropsfur. Just like there's a dolmen between one of the castles and Valastro, and the dolmen in Bruma. So you can go ahead and get those as you go by. Okay, so here we are at Olgra Gregurn. She is the other quest giver here in Cropsfur, and we were able to turn in there. So now you have both, just like every town, two quest givers. See how we're running by a quest here that's just kind of around? If you would go pick that up, it's going to give you a quest that points you in the direction of go to Cropsfur or Bruma or whatever. You can actually turn them in and get the same daily reward that you get anywhere else, you know, for doing the dailies. So that's pretty cool. Basically, we're done with the capturable towns. We are going to move on to Cyrodiil, I guess you would want to call it. Victoria here, Girion, is your one quest giver. And she gives rewards just like other quests. Now, the difference is with this is, oh, right here, Sylvian, and he gives quests. So, again, 9 quests, dailies, repeatable. Cyrodiil is really awesome because all the quests are very close together, very similar to Bruma. And, you know, they're very simple, just like all the other ones. You got to go find, loot a chest, come back. I mean, there's not a line you got to do. You're getting these rewards with just running, looting something, running, killing something, coming back. You know, I just had to kill 4 of the archers, and I returned and got rewards for it. But Cyrodiil and Coral, or Chorl, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, they both drop gear sets, right? Containers. Well, Cyrodiil is the offensive PvP gear sets. The same ones, a mix of the same ones that it's in every other town, but the offensive ones that have more offensive stats. Whereas Chorl is defensive ones, so it's gonna have all the defensive stats type gear. But it's the same gear you can get in the 3 towns, but it's not split up by heavy, medium, and light. This is funny. This guy here, he snuck up on these guys. It is, Cyrodiil is in EP area, and I just looked at my map for a second, looked back up, and he just blew them poor questers up. Yeah, I don't do that kind of thing. If they're not bothering me, because the towns right now, especially with the anniversary event, you know, leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. I'm just trying to get some loot. I'm trying to get some money, you know. So here we are in Chorl, and as usual, there's a merchant. And actually, there's several merchants in Chorl. What's great about Chorl is it's actually the best town for lootables, meaning there's so many buildings. I mean, there's like 100 different cabinets and bags and backpacks, and I mean, you can just loot, make a lot of money doing that, selling the you know, recipes and furniture, you know, recipes and motifs that you get. It's really kind of awesome. Tons of buildings with lots of levels. So if you're into that kind of thing, Chorrol's the place to go. There's not much PvP. You're not going to be bothered. It is only going to drop you the defensive sets for doing the questing. So basically that's about it. There's 2 quest givers in Chorrol also, just like every other one that we've talked about. The first one is a rogue. She is right behind the storehouse on the outside. She's kind of hidden. I didn't like that they did that, but her name is Leia of the Swift or Quick or something. It's Rogues of the Quick are fighting with the Shadow Path. So you help her out, and you know, again, get a bunch of quests and do them. Now, the bad thing about Chorrol, and the reason it's not very busy, not many people around, is the fact that all the quests are so far away from the turn-ins. Also, if you notice right there, the quest givers aren't real close together. They are very far apart compared to the other towns. So here's the other quest giver for Chorrol, and his name is Mael, or Mayel. I'm not sure. These names are very hard to pronounce, but he gives you another quest line. And just like most of the quests you get, it's kill a named mob or collect something. Here I have to kill a Shadow Path Lich, and I can go collect my reward. But Chorrol is one of them places where it's going to take you a little longer than 15 to 20 minutes to do all 9 quests because things are so far apart. So it's the least popular of the towns, but it is the closest to the DC home area. I hope you guys enjoyed the information in these clips. And you know, utilize it. Again, if you do these quests, you're going to level fast, level your skills fast. It's a great way to get out of the regular area and have that little bit of mystique of PvP and having to get around people. And you know, sometimes it's, you know, it's not as good if there's a lot of PvP because if you're just trying to get the quest done, it's really not as viable. So guys, until next time, please go on and check out some of my other videos, and I hope this helped a lot of you guys out there with how these towns work and the type of things that you can do in them. I personally love doing them because they gain you a lot of gold, a lot of things to sell, and you know, have fun of some PvP.